Hello world, how are you? We have some Q&A to do. I hope you're doing fine, cause it's Q&A time again. Hello world, how's it going? Hope you guys are all doing great. And as always, if not, hope it gets better for you. So, welcome to another Friday Night Live Q&A where you can ask the aquarium community and I questions about keeping freshwater fish, plants, and shrimp. So, hopefully you guys aren't having problems with your aquariums, but if you do, that's what we're here for, to help you out. And if not, if you just have a general question about making something better, perhaps, feel free to ask that as well. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. I am actually just waking up from a turkey nap myself. I've just been hanging out with the family all day. Decided to eat a bunch of leftovers, a lot of turkey, really good turkey smoked with a little Cajun on it. Super duper good. And yeah, passed out afterwards, and now here I am. So I hope you guys are all having a good Thanksgiving and holiday. Fish Tank Barn, thank you so much for the support, Mike. I appreciate you. Says happy Thanksgiving. Back to you, brother. I hope it's been a good one. Thank you so much, Fish Tank Barn. And Thomas Glazer, thank you so much for the $5.67 super chat. Love the numbers. Peace, bro. Throwing up the peace sign. Thank you so much, Thomas. Oh, man. So yeah, just kind of waking up here. Madeline Jackson says, I need help with black algae. It's not too bad yet, but how to stop it. So one of my favorite methods is using hydrogen peroxide. I usually have a bottle around here somewhere, but there's not any in here today. But it's just like the usual 3%, I think is what it is. The stuff that you would get from like CVS or Walgreens or a Rite Aid, something like that. And what I do is I like to drop the water level down low. You get a little dropper, and I just put a little bit all over the blackbeard algae, and then it'll start doing its thing. It'll start dissolving it, and then you add the water back up, and should start changing colors and then start dying off. You really know you're killing it whenever it starts turning into like rainbow colors and whatnot. That's my favorite way to get rid of it. And hydrogen peroxide is just oxygen and hydrogen molecules too, so it's pretty safe. As long as you're not dumping it like straight into the tank and hoping to work it like that. You do have to like kind of target it. A little pipette works great. Any kind of like an eyedropper or something. Okay, scrolling. Oh, I gotta get out of top chat too, and 2 live chats so I don't miss out because I do it all the time. Rockford Fish Keeping at LRB Aquatics, 2 questions. 1, what is the dosage for Epsom salt? 2, how to get rid of green hair algae. So, 1, the dosage for Epsom salt is, I have no idea because I never use it. I never even bother with it, so I couldn't tell you that. And I'm not a big fan of salt baths either. Not a big fan of that. And 2, how to get rid of green hair algae. Best way to get rid of green hair algae is manually remove what you can. Do a water change after you do so. That way you get it out of the water column. So if you remove it and you let it go, you're going to have algae everywhere because you just divided it up and let it just literally go everywhere. So do your water change right after you manually remove as much as you can. And then when you do that, the oxidation of that water change will kill a lot of the strains and particles in the column of water. Now, hydrogen peroxide could work too. It actually helps as well. I don't usually recommend that because it can get iffy with, like, I don't know the exact dosage of what you can get away with, so I'm not going to mention that. But the water changes help. I would just do water change bi-weekly or either weekly. Weekly's probably better for you to just maintain it, and if that does not take care of it over time, like give it a week or two, maybe do it every 3 days, and it should just be gone. Water changes can easily kill green hair algae, especially if it's that long stuff. The short stuff, it's a little different. I've been thinking about trying Aqua Neat lights. Oh, Stephen Conroe, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And always great to see you, brother. Says, if Tetracolor granules got discounted, what would you do? Oh, discontinued. I would probably lean towards the bug bites, actually. Even though they're harder to see, so when you're feeding hundreds of tanks, I may miss some food here or there, or overfeed because of it, because I do like the orange color of the Tetratropical granules for that fact. And hi, Wesley. What's up, buddy? Hey. And, yeah, I guess I'd probably go to Fluvol bug bites. I'd be surprised if they did, though. Now, I gotta get back to this guy's question, because I was just about to answer it. Okay, he says, Tony Levine says, I've been thinking about trying Aqua Neat lights. They clearly look like they are working for you. What's your thoughts on lighting on the cheap? So the Aqua Neats are what I work with on the cheap. There are some good shop lights out there from like Home Depot, Menards and stuff that work great. But you want something in like the white or blue spectrum. You don't want that yellow color, that yellow tint so much. Unless you like it, I don't know. If you're going for like a black water kind of tank, that yellow tint actually may work in your benefit to kind of keep that tea color look. So it depends on what you're going for too. Mickey M says, Liberty Aquatics, did the Goldie-Eyed Akai survive to be moved to the bedroom tank? They look pretty beat up. So yes, I will be updating that here soon. I was either going to do the world's smallest nano on Sunday or the next Fishocracy. And haven't decided that yet. So either way, the next Fishocracy will be either out on Sunday or Tuesday. And then tomorrow we're going to have, let's see, section 4, the utility room of the fish room tour. And Sunday, either one of those. And then the garage fish room tour on Monday. Wait, did Wesley hear Tetracolored granules and come looking for a snack? No. He gets that from his dad. You want to eat some granules?
No.
Here, we'll do it for YouTube. You want to eat one?
No.
No, you don't eat these?
No, get the fish. We get the fishy.
Oh, yeah, they got fish on them. Yeah, guess they're not for Wesley.
It says, double fishy.
But what if we put your face on it? Will you eat it then?
No.
No?
You see those fishies?
I do. They're awesome, aren't they?
Red ones?
Yeah.
The fishies eat it, so
they do. We'll have to put your face on there, and then you can eat it.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Blap, 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 blap,
Are you getting ready to go to bed?
boop, boop,
Papa
beep,
Shrimp
beep,
Aquatics,
boop,
thank you
boop,
so
boop,
much for the
beep,
$10
beep,
super
beep,
chat.
boop, boop, boop,
Giving a
beep,
smile
beep,
face.
beep, boop, 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 boop.
All right, Bubby. Great song. We appreciate it. But we got to keep this rolling, okay?
Okay.
I love you. All right, go have fun with Mom.
Oh.
I'll see you in a bit, okay? Oh, man. GB3, whoa! Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. He's just hiding the spot. He's like, oh my. Mom's trying to take him on a ride to go to bed, so. GB3, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. It says, Wesley, get his tank started yet? Seed money. So he has not gotten his tank started yet. We still have to tile that space. Holiday's going on right now. And kind of where my budget is, I have not been able to prioritize it yet. But it is kind of high priority. For sure. We got to get Wesley his tank. So thank you, GB3, for the support. I appreciate you. K Stu says, do you go for natural fish food? I've noticed brands like Cobalt are all natural, and Hikari pellets have red food coloring and paragraphs of odd chemical words. So, I mean, I would love to go towards natural foods. I don't think this is natural foods at all. I mean, fish meal, wheat germ meal, wheat flour, corn, gluten, feeding oatmeal. But a lot of it is regular stuff, but there's still a lot of other stuff in it too, so. I don't know, it works really good though. There's farms out there, big farms, that's all they use. Corey from Aquarium Co-op actually did a video of some big farm over in Israel, and that was all they used. And sorry if I missed anybody's questions. It's easy to get distracted, if you know what I mean. David Reed says, I'm in the market for a 40+ gallon tank. What's the best? Whoa, careful, dude. What's the best value? Oh my gosh, I think I just blocked somebody. Wesley, you're gonna have to calm down, buddy. Somebody I just blocked. I'm so sorry with commenting. I'll have to figure that out here in a second. I was trying to touch buttons. Hey, caramba. Okay. I forget where I even was. Dana Ken Aquatics, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. It says, help with a killer tank for Wesley. Thank you so much. So if he was asking where to get the, oh, here we go. David Reed. I gotta fix this stuff here. I don't even know how I do this. How did you do this, Wesley?
No.
I wonder if one of my mods can help out David Reed, because I hit his message. But anyway, Wesley was a fish. What would he be? If you were a fish, what would you be? What kind of fish would you be?
A rainbow fish.
A rainbow fish? So you want the rainbow fish and you want to be a rainbow fish?
No.
No, you just really like the rainbow fish?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Here, let's leave the table alone and not turn that, okay, Bubby? Alright, scrolling. But the place, I think there's some $1 sales going on right now. So if you're looking for a 40 gallon, hit up like Petco or something. I know Stephen Conroe just sent me some pictures of a bunch of tanks in the back of his truck. So there's some kind of sale or $1 sale going on or something right now. That is definitely what you need. Just Shrimp Granny, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Always great to see you in here, Just Shrimp Granny. Says, Wesley tank, I'm sleepy myself. Love you guys. Everybody wants to get you a tank. We gotta get that done, don't we? So you can keep your rainbow fish. Okay. And once again, sorry if I'm missing those questions. Nocturnal Aquarius, glad to see you in here, brother. Ooh, bless you, buddy. It was awesome getting to talk with you more at Ohio Fish Rescue, man. Sorry I was kind of dumbfounded by the monsters, ha ha ha. So yeah, it's a lot going on over at Ohio Fish Rescue. And it's always changing too. That's what I love about that place. But it was great to see you over there. They are so great. During the OCA, Ohio Fish Rescue just opened up their house to everybody. Everybody was coming through. They were doing tours at 1 o'clock in the morning, just showing people, letting them come in and check things out, which I thought was pretty awesome of them. D. Kirkbride, it's 3 a.m. in the UK, but I'm here. How are the puffers doing? Well, glad to have you in here, Kirkbride. Another night owl. I'm a night owl myself. I don't know if that's your normal time, but puffers are doing great. I actually gave them to Haley of Oddball Aquatics. She updates them on her channel. She can take better care of them than I can because they weren't really going for the granules. And, I mean, I was feeding them snails and stuff. I just really didn't have a great tank for them. So she's actually housing them right now. And they're just living life. 8:18 here in India. Awesome. Glad to have some people from India in here. Mike Stomboss says, what would I have to do to get discus to live in my rainbow tank? So it's actually pretty easy. Discus and rainbows, they get along pretty well. I keep them in my 240. I would definitely, like, they never tend to bother each other. The discus tend to mess with each other more than the rainbows. And the rainbows don't really care about, like, picking fights with discus. That's the good thing about rainbow fish, is they can pretty much get along with everything. Stephen Conroe, thank you again for the support. Appreciate it, Stephen. Says, throwing down a $10 super chat too, says, I got 10 on that 1 killie in the gangs of LRB Aquatics tank. On the blue one or the gold one? That fish accuracy's been fun. Like, the videos have not been performing like hardly well at all, but for the people who do watch them, they've absolutely been loving it. So I'm gonna keep doing them. I've been enjoying it myself, so we'll probably just keep an eye on that tank. Can you please quit moving this table, Bubby?
No.
No. 4-year-olds. Why do you tetracolor granules? What makes it a good fish food in your opinion? At LRB Aquatics. So it's really bright. So when you're feeding a bunch of tanks, I mentioned this earlier, it's easy to see. And also, all my fish just crave it. They go nuts for it. We can feed these rainbows, actually. I know they want to eat. They're always hungry. The fish go crazy for it. And there's not many fish I've met that won't eat it. Even wild fish. Okay. Scrolling. LRB, it's my wife's birthday. Can you shout her out? Her name is Poe. She loves your videos. Thanks. 209 Control. Happy birthday to your wife, Poe. I hope it's a great one. Hope you have lots of fun. And yeah, awesome. Happy birthday. It's always fun. Thank you, Selfin Aquatics. Says the rainbows are beautiful. Thank you. All right. D. Kirk Wright says, usually up at 3 a.m. Fish went to bed a few hours ago, though. My studenta will eat snails I squash with my fingers and chow down on bloodworms all day if I let them. Still an inch or so, but gorgeous. So yeah, that's the big reason why I gave them to Oddball Aquatics. She feeds bloodworms, all that kind of stuff. I don't really house bloodworms or any of that. I used to do blackworms, I used to do microworms, Daphnia, all kinds of stuff. But it's not really that functionable for me at this point. We're getting ready to change a few things here in the future, though. But it's kind of nice with my food, too, with the tetracolor tropical granules. Now, when I do sell fish or something, they all really love going to new homes and getting spoiled with food like that. So it keeps them from being picky eaters, too, in essence. Kaylor's Aquatics, thank you so much for the support. Always great to see you in here, Bob's. Throwing down $10 super chat. Says, my birthday tomorrow. Gave myself a Indonesian blue tongue skink. Loving the reptiles and fish. Bob, you're getting into the reptiles now, huh? That is awesome. Well, happy early birthday. I definitely hope it's a great one for you, because you're an awesome guy. I appreciate your support, Bob, and everything you've done for this community. You're very, very helpful. Cichlids23 says, any tips at LRB Aquatics on keeping fluorite from turning my tank into a S-storm after planting plants or touching anything in there? So yeah, you just got to do it delicately in there. And over time, it should hopefully get better. Hey, bud. And over time, hopefully it'll get better. But yeah, not a whole lot you can do. You can cap it if you want. That might help you, but I don't know if that's what you're going for. Like with sand or something. That would probably be your best option. But the more you do water changes, the more, like, that's why it's kind of good to rinse that stuff too. I don't usually use it much. Hey, calm down, dude. Are you nose breathing?
No.
No, sound like it. Let's see. Andrea Jackson, hey, I've been a fan for a long time and I live in Indianapolis. Do you know what Indianapolis water parameters are? So, up here on the northeast side where I'm at, we're running around 330 TDS, 8.6 pH, and that's about most of what I know. This is what Wesley's doing. Whoa, guy. Oh my gosh, you maniac. So it's definitely harder water for sure. They can see you. You have 170 people looking at you right now. Just staring at you.
Hey, guys. Hey.
You're gonna get me in trouble.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Jeez. He's a bad influence on me. Hey, you. Oh, scrolling for questions. Alright, did I get everybody's questions? Keep, every time you hit this table, you're rocking it around everywhere. You're getting them, you're gonna make them all sick. You're gonna get them all dizzy. Fish Room Fever, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Says, hey everyone. Matt's Monster Fish got a hidden message from Candy. Matt, what did you say? It's pretty hard to get hidden messages on my channel. I'm pretty lenient. Bad Matt.
Go back to do that one with the fishy.
Go back to the one with the fishies.
No, go back.
I think they all pretty much have fishies.
What did that one say?
Oh, they say hi, RFR, or what is that? FRF, Fish Room Fever. Stephen Conroe, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Says it's fake Matt, troll. Oh, there's a fake Matt? That's funny. I saw somebody talking about that in the chat earlier. Matt Riddle says, can we see CBDs, please? We can. Whoa, guy. Whoop. We're going on to March. March. Just this way, though. Psych. Got him. Here's some CPDs. Kind of hard to see, though, with all this glare. And they're real tiny. They're big rich. But yeah, hard to see with that glare. Oh wait, I got some more in here and hopefully it won't go down on us. There's some CPDs. Focus, camera, focus. Of course, there's got like the dirtiest tank right now. Really hard to see. Super healthy though. And the genetics on them are dynamite. Wesley found Mr. Placo. Did you find Mr. Placo?
Yep. But now, I just saw a bazillion now.
You saw a bazillion of them?
Duh.
Oh yeah, all the ones in the caves? Yeah, those are Synodontis lucipennis. It's like a catfish.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got that fish right there.
Mm-hmm. When do you expect to have more shrimp in stock? So, they are pretty much getting close to ready. I know the blues are. They're still pretty small. So, all I know is the big problem is once I start offering all these, like it's pretty much going to wipe them back out. So, yeah. I don't know, but they should be ready soon. There's a big waiting list on them right now. I'm trying to get them growing more and more. Definitely going to split up another tank. I got another 75 growing them out. And you guys will see that later. LRB, Brent Jordan says, what do you feed your longfin bristlenose? Mine won't eat, and what tank are they in? I don't want him to starve. So the best thing to do with long-nosed bristlenose, or just any kind of pleco, is put some driftwood in there for him to eat. The Malaysian driftwood's really good. So like that stuff.
The Mr. Plecos.
And Mr. Plecos.
Don't forget those.
No, don't want to forget those.
No.
And I mean, tetracolored tropical granules, they eat those for me. Algae chips are great. Or no, the wood chips. Sarah Foods makes a wood chip. It's like an algae wafer. Those work pretty good. But hard to find a picky bristlenose. You don't hear about that every day. Another fake account. Don't freak out. I am being big rich. That's funny. Interesting. Weird how all these fake accounts are coming around. Are the Aquatics breeding many pseudomugal illuminatus? Question. Are they popular? How many can you produce? So, I haven't been breeding a whole lot. Only like a little bit here and there, and it's been a while since I've focused on them. But, yeah, I haven't really been breeding them much. They are popular, but you can get them at most fish stores now, and that's a big reason why I don't breed them. Usually if you can get a fish at a fish store, this is my bed head, then I won't breed them.
Your butt head.
My butt head? Oh, Wesley, you're going to get me demonetized. What are you doing? You wanted to put me in jail.
No.
YouTube jail. They may. You better be nice. Jeremy Morel says, hey, what in the world?
Yeah, I had head.
I'm a head. Oh my gosh. How do you collect your Lucipennis eggs? Some of my Petricola look full of eggs, but they have massive rock piles, so I'm not sure they'll lay in flower pot marble traps. So this is what I use for mine. I'll show you. So this is like the cap to like your PVC, and it's got a hole drilled into it so they can get in there. And then this green part is like a drain cover for a hole. So it's got slots in it. So what'll happen is the Lucipennis go in here and they do their little thing. And then this is like a bowl, glass bowl you would get from like Michael's or some kind of Hobby Lobby, like place like that that's in the decorations and whatnot. So they go in there, drop the eggs down there, and then I collect them from out of that. It's super easy, and they're always breeding in it. So I could have like a bazillion Lucipennis if I wanted. But since they don't ship that great, I don't really breed them out. I haven't really tried shipping any. Maybe if I shipped them when they're real small. I should probably sell them when they're actually smaller. They're all hiding right now. There's actually a ton of them in there. Here's one. But yeah, with that method, you could just constantly be breeding them. Which is gonna be cool. I'm excited about the future of this channel. Like, I had my fish room where I wanted it, but then, like, when you get there, it's like, okay, I'm here. What's next, you know? So here, I'm about to get rid of some stuff in the garage. We're about to do some things a little different. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let me just say that. Natural Aquarium says, Lucas, how long would you QT some wild caught fish if they were looking good? at least a month. I QT everything at least a month, no matter what. Because you just don't want to get stuff around your fish room. Now, if you only have a few tanks, then, I mean, or if your wild fish is going to just live in that tank, then essentially you can turn a new tank into creating that as its QT. So QT could be a forever home, depending on how you're doing it. But if you have like a fish room and you share stuff with things, then you definitely want to keep that kind of stuff individual. Like even my racks are zoned out. So if something were for any reason get down here, then I could, like, if it started here and then started going to here and then I noticed it, I could at least shut down this zone, and this would be what I'd have to deal with. Jeremy Morrell says, I have my petricola shipped to me and they all look great. They just grow so slowly. Yeah, they do grow slow. I wonder, did they put them in a regular bag, a breathing bag, or what did they put them in? Yeah, Kitty, hello. Now it's Kitty's turn. I'm very popular in my home. Hello, Kitty. You want to say hi? Yeah. She's camera shy. What's your biggest money maker, Jake Harris? Definitely shrimp, because people know me really well for shrimp. Rainbows too. If I have rainbows and we're really producing them, I could probably make a buttload, but I really don't have the production availability of tanks and whatnot to really do it the way I want to do it, which I plan on changing here in the future. And a big thing too is, like, I could sit here and focus on money, but the more I actually produce as well creates so much more work for me too. So a lot of it is just management, time management. So you have maintenance management, you got production management, money management, all those things. What's up, Kitty? Not so camera shy now? Are we ready to take over the world, Kitty? You and I? We'll take them all. Breed all the fish. Take all the monies. But yeah, ow, claws, easy, easy. What all cories and catfish do you breed and sell? So I don't really breed and sell any cories and catfish for the most part. It's mostly rainbows, guppies, endlers, shrimp, plants for the most part. There'll be some random things, like I've got a pencil fish, the Paralina vittata, which actually is more like a splash tetra than a pencil fish. So it all kind of depends on what I'm breeding and what I'm doing. But for the most part, what I can keep in stock is those that I said above. And so once again, sorry if I'm missing questions. There's actually quite a bit actually coming in right now. Matt Riddle says, I have the out-of-stock Hygrophilia compacta from your site bookmarked for a year. Do you have any left in your tank? So actually I don't have any more of that compacta left. That's cool that you still have it, but I do not have any compacta. I actually let it go a long time ago, so I haven't had that stuff for years. Really cool plant though, because it would get that red on it. Really did enjoy that plant. Kitty, can you not get comfortable here? What's your deal? It's a madhouse around here. That's another thing too. It's really hard working from work, or working from home, because you get lots of distractions. For sure. Sometimes I wish I could go somewhere and just work 8 hours or something. But it is nice to work from home too, so I feel blessed to be able to do what I do, so I'm not really complaining. There's always pros and cons to everything, you know. Craig Parrish, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you, Craig. LRB, trying mop breeding my rice fish. Any advice? Yeah, they actually like to lay on the bottom as far as opposed to laying on the top. So best to put a mop on the bottom. If you want, put one on the bottom and float one as well if you want to test it. But yeah, just put it in there and then collect the eggs afterwards, take it out. Some people like to just like get a container, put it in there, keep it moist, and then pick the eggs off and put them in another container. That way you can kind of target them. Or you could just put the spawning mop in another tank and let it run that way too. Jeremy Morel says, about 10 Petricola were all shipped in the same bag. It was one of those giant thick fish bags. Okay. Mickey M says, any Killy convention for you coming up soon, aka you would be the annual German convention, approximately 400, 500 tanks. Want to go there myself this spring, May. Oh my gosh, that sounds awesome. I actually got to meet Hans Evers. If any of you guys know who he is, he runs a lot of the Amazonas stuff. He goes on expeditions, he collects rainbow fish and all that stuff. He was telling me he was trying to get me up to Toronto for some rainbow fish thing going on up there next May. That German convention sounds pretty cool too. I don't know if I have the money to actually make something like that happen. And I'm not sure when the next AKA is. I'm not sure if they've announced it yet or not. But yeah, I love my killifish for sure. And I definitely recommend anybody who keeps aquariums to check out killifish, because there are some amazing, amazing species out there. Well, that would be awesome if you did, Brian Fasano. I'd appreciate it. Have you ever got into Placo breeding? So I've never like specifically done it. It's often a waiting game from what I see and have observed. So I do have some Placos and Placo caves. I have bred the bristlenose. I mean, I think pretty much everybody has, because you just stick those in a tank. Mine bred out in a huge 125-gallon community tank, and haven't like specifically targeted specific ones. Like the ones that I do have caves in playing the waiting game, they also all have guppies in them. Let's see. Scrolling. Father Fish, hello Father Fish, great to see you in here. If you guys haven't seen Father Fish's channel, check him out. He is a really, really great guy. Really nice, really knows his stuff, into the natural fish keeping. And yes, awesome to see you in here, Father Fish. Go check him out, subscribe to him. You were discussing breaking down your discus tank last week. You considered adding an inch of sand to your discus tank. So I have thought about capping it and doing it like that, but I've got a whole different plan for that tank, which I'm actually going to turn it into a sump. And it's not going to be like your regular filter sump. It's going to be like a planted filter sump, kind of like what I have on my fry rack. I'm not sure if you saw that in my guest bedroom section of my fish room tour. But that's kind of how I run my sumps instead of doing like all the pads and whatnot. But I got big plans for it, for sure. I recently obtained some Limia Melanogaster blackbelly live bear, and I have them separated. But do you think they would breed with my red pictas? It's possible. I don't know how the community feels about mixing those lines, but usually not a whole lot of problem with hybridization. But I would definitely keep some straight lines of the two, for sure, just to help keep them back. Because I know, like rainbow fish, you don't want to, it's really frowned upon hybridizing them. Thomas C., when do you think you'll have some more crypts to sell? I actually need to put a bunch of crypts online for sale. That's another big problem of mine, is I'm not quite doing my work on the end of my website like I should to get stuff selling, which doesn't really hurt me as much because my stock just keeps growing that way. But I do need to actually let loose of some of my crypts because it's been way too long, and I know a lot of you guys would like some. I need to work on that personally. Jack Harris says, I'm looking to expand my fish room. Do you recommend specializing in one plant and type of fish to sell, or having a decent variety, assuming you're successful with the variety? So you definitely got to have a variety. It's hard to really corner a market on one thing, but you can do it. There's a lot of people who just specialize in just killifish or just a certain species as well, like rainbow fish or just shrimp. But I say the more diverse you become, the more you offer your customers or whatever, just because you're only going to reach so many people, so it kind of depends on your reach, and not everybody's going to just want that one thing, and if they do get that one thing, well, they're just kind of done. So it's good to have variety, that way you can keep them coming back and keep offering good stuff for them. My biggest problem with my business is my stuff actually stays alive. So I don't get a lot of repeat stuff. I don't use products. I don't sell products because I don't use products. So there's no residual in that either. But my main goal, what I would love to do, is get like all these rarer fish that aren't really out there and make the rare fish more common. And then just keep doing that, so a lot of these fish will be into the hobby and actually be secured on their conservation, because you never know from day to day what's going to happen to some body of water from overseas. So I feel it's important that we do help kind of conserve a lot of these fish, especially the ones that are less known. Have you ever tried, oh, that says in ginger. Jeff Chambers says, LRB Aquatics, Father Fish is super dope. I was checking out his videos out the other day. Old school smarts. Yes, definitely. And that's why I like Father Fish, is because there's not many guys his age that would bother grabbing a camera and doing the thing and really put themselves out there and share their knowledge. And I think it's absolutely amazing that he's doing it. So keep doing it, Father Fish. Mickey M says, LRB Aquatics, many killies in Amazonas magazine this year. I'm a member of Scandinavian Killifish Association. Went to a speech about traveling in British Guyana this Wednesday. Want to go there too. Oh man, that is awesome. That's so cool to hear it, Mickey M. And yeah, there has been a lot of killifish in the Amazonas magazines, especially just really throughout the years. Great magazine. If you guys have never seen it, the Amazonas magazine, especially for rare, new, colorful, beautiful fish, ideals and whatnot. It's a great, great magazine. You need some yellow shrimp to sell, Lucas? Yeah, I'm working on it. Oh, the problem is they only breed so much. And I don't know, because I had the same problem with my shrimp last year as far as keeping up with the stock. I don't know if it's due to the summer, just the heat being a little warmer too, not just me pulling from them. And I just need more tanks of them. That's my problem, is I keep adding more tanks for you guys, but then the want and demand just keeps raising, and it's just hard for me to keep up with. When I want to breed and keep other fish and do a bunch of other things and not have to focus on shrimp so much. But that's why I've been cranking out the YouTube videos too, is like YouTube definitely helps me out with having that flexibility of not having to focus on just production and just because I think I would just burn out, you know, if I'm not enjoying it, if I'm not loving it. That's kind of what happened towards me this summer too. But now I am definitely like into it a lot more because I'm figuring out where I really want to go with it, and that was my biggest problem too, is I wasn't sure where I wanted to go to it. Rob Dirt 86 says, LRB, what's a rare fish to you? So, a rare fish to me is a fish that is not readily available for sale. So, you can't go to the fish stores, you can't go buy it from them, you can't look online and buy it online. That is what I consider a rare fish. One that is not readily available. And you're lucky to even find or get. Let's see. LRB Aquatics, where did you get your toupee? I haven't got a toupee. I am going bald in the back. I like to say I'm hanging on loosely, but I'm not letting go. I don't know. I couldn't deal with shaving my head every day. No way. I save so much money on haircuts too to buy more tanks. It's insanity. Red Raven, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Says, is dry kelp safe to rehydrate and put in with fish? I don't know. Because of the salt, I don't know. It depends on where it's coming from. That's a great question. Like, I would think that it would be nutritious, but I think there's so many other things you could feed that I wouldn't worry about bothering with that. If it's questionable, you know. LRB Aquatics, what's your motivation and goals in the coming 2020? Whoa, guys. Somebody must have knocked down a granule. It's funny. I'm going to toss them and chuck them little granules from deep. We'll go for some three-pointers here. So what's your motivation and goals in the coming 2020 year? Is I would like to build this channel up more, for sure. Really get this going. So you guys sharing videos, especially like Mr. Placo. If you guys want to remind the world that Mr. Placo song exists, that would be great. And get the garage to where I want it. Get my backyard done. And just breed more of these rare fish out for people. Probably won't be doing as many swaps and whatnot. Like, I'll go to some of the conventions when I can. But definitely going to be a lot of focus in the fish room. And I want to centralize more systems too. Just to kind of help with my maintenance. Because a lot of my business is maintenance management. There's hardly any time for production management since Haley, my helper, she's only working 3 times a day pretty much anymore. So we're just keeping up with things, really. I got so much food on my carpet right now. You don't want to get that stuff wet on a white carpet because it just leaves an orange stain. Home says you traveled and did so much networking this year. Be a good year to take a year off and get personal goals accomplished. Exactly, Home. That's my plan. And then I plan on probably doing the swaps again the year after. So maybe do that like every other year. Switch back and forth. We'll see how that goes. Wade Benbow says, been watching Fatherfish's content too recently, and I'm interested, Lucas, do you add anything to your soil similar to his videos, or just you purely dose the water for nutrients, maybe like fert tabs? So I really don't use any fert tabs, osmocult tabs, any extra bits like that. And the dirt that I have used has just been straight out of my backyard, which has like years of broken down organics and minerals and whatnot just from tree leaves and whatnot breaking down. And So I haven't really added anything extra to that. But I thought it was very interesting and intriguing, the things that he used to help give it nutrients for over the years. And I would say, like, my dirted tank hasn't done the best either, though. Like, it could have done better for sure. LRB Aquatics, what's your favorite rainbow? The Bowmani, the Goldie-eyed Kai, the Upper Tour, the Pictas. What else is there? The little Luminatus, those things are great. The Rutus. I know I'm missing some. Oh, Maculosus. The Gittiman Village. What other ones are there? There's another one I feel like I need to say, but it's really hard to pick a favorite. I got lots of favorites. Would it be advisable or possible to try to breed female endlers to have more colors? The endlers, it's really hard to get color out of female endlers, but it's not 100% impossible. For instance, I'm actually looking at one right now that actually has a yellow tail there, but that could also be a hybrid. But it is really hard to get color into the female endlers. Unlike guppies, it shows up a little more because we have those genetics. But with endlers, yes, definitely tougher. But I want to say impossible, for sure. Nola Jane, the discus is gone. Your discus? Oh no. I've been gone a while, Lucas. How are your discus doing? They're still doing good. I still got the discus. My discus aren't gone. They will eventually probably find a new home. But I do still have them. We'll see. I may just turn that planted sump into the discus tank. I don't know. It's tough. Because for me, the discus, they're not very functionable for what I want to accomplish. And I know people who want them, so. Who did the paintings above the tank? That's actually from my buddy Hip Hong. He does aquascaping. Absolutely amazing aquascaper. He's world ranked. And he did these, he had them at Aquashella. So he also does these like little paintings, which is really cool. My boy Hip. I don't know if any of you guys know who he is, but man, he is super awesome. His skills are like crazy good. He's part of the Aquascapers collection too, which makes that even cooler. Can we see the bucktooth tetras? We can try doing that. Let's see. We're at 53 minutes. Give us a few more minutes and we'll head over that way. We'll check them out. Just because I know it's probably going to lag in there. So we'll do that towards the end. Where it doesn't matter as much. How many rainbow fish can you have in a 40 breeder? Oh my god, I probably have like 50 in a 20 gallon right now. Depends on like what you're really aiming for. I would say comfortably 20 dwarf neons in a 40 gallon. But you could probably even do more than that because they're such a like social fish that they like to be in big groups. As long as you're doing your water changes, you should be good. Are these rainbows spawning all the time, every morning? So yeah, they'll actually spawn. Some like to spawn in the morning, some like to spawn at night. Some like to just spawn during the day. They're not too picky. But yeah, they definitely do spawn in there. For sure. Jeremy Morel says, can we see your Japanese rice fish from a top view? Many strains were bred to look down on. Yes, they actually were meant to look down on, for sure. In my garage video where I do my fish tour, I give you guys that look, so stay tuned for that. I think that'll be out on Monday. Are you going to have CPDs for sale, Matthew Fott? It's really hard for me to put them on the website because as soon as anybody gets a whiff of me selling CPDs, they are gone. They're so gone. And then I get like a bazillion messages about wanting to be on a waiting list for them, which I just have not been proactively able to breed because, like I mentioned earlier, my management of my time is more into maintenance than production, and that all needs to change. So, I don't know. I'm working on it. KG Cichlids, do you currently have any fry in that tank? Oh, no, definitely not. No fry ever make it. They become little snacks. Every once in a while, I'll see some fry in there, but they never last at all. Are you doing any art yourself, Lucas, except for your tanks? So I have not. I don't think I have not, but you know what? I would love to, because I do like to get into art too, and I love art. I can do art. Which my fish room's kind of like my media right now for my art conquest. Red fish, blue fish. Lucas, it's been well over a year since I've been here, but I'm back to discombobulate you. That's funny. You're already getting me discombobulated. But glad to have you back. Red fish, blue fish. Stephanie Berry says, why doesn't YouTube let you two thumbs up? People generally have two thumbs. Right, Stephanie? That's a great question. Great question. Man, that Dekai is like fire right now. Do you think Wesley's asleep? No, definitely not. Wesley's the ultimate sleep fighter. That kid does not like to sleep. He's got the fear of missing out. He'll get up in the middle of the night and just try to do stuff. Kid's crazy. Brian Fasano, does your friend who did the paintings above sell online? That's a good question. I really don't know. I couldn't tell you. Could not tell you. Red Raven says, thanks for answering my question. Also, I thought that kelp is used in cooking for flavor. The leaves are very slimy. Thought my Pleco would like it. Anyone ever try it? So yeah, I mean, I bet they probably would, but I don't know what's in it or if it holds salts or anything like that. Are you going to be on with KG Tropicals next Saturday? I believe so. I'll have to check the calendar, but we do have something planned. We do. If that's next Saturday. Oh! If any of you guys are in the Chicago area, I will be at the Greater Chicago Cichlid Association Swap this Sunday. And let me know if you guys want anything. I will be there and can bring you guys something special if you need it. But besides that, I'll have plants and endlers and guppies and stuff. Maybe something else. Depends on what I can catch. Wade Benbow says, would you do a substrate lasagna again? Was a noticeable difference? That's just one substrate. So no, I probably would not do a substrate lasagna again. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make a fell video for that 240 because yeah, it kind of deserves it. I mean, it had its good days, it had its bad days, and like I need to make a whole video explaining it and why I consider it a fell and everything else. So that'll be coming up too. Big reason why I've been pushing videos every day is just the fact that I have a list of so many videos to make that to even keep up with them, because they always end up just going to the wayside, because it's like, no, I'll just do this to keep up with this or this or this. But if I could just keep pumping them out, then I think everybody wins. Let's see. Mickey M says, have a go with fish art with Wesley. You could probably sell it. That's a really good idea. Thanks, Sharon Miller. I love those albino guppies too. Aquarium's maintained by Andy. Thank you so much for the $2 support. I really appreciate it. Have you ever messed with freshwater pipefish? No, I have not, but that is a definite bucket list for sure. The Indian pipefish, those things are absolutely amazing. So I think a no filter tank would be perfect for those pipefish because you get all the daphnia, the detritus, none of the small microscopic stuff gets filtered out, which is great for the pipefish because they really like all those little live foods and stuff. Brian Fasano says, but thank you again for the $2 support. Brian Fasano says, collab with Primetime Aquatics, question mark. So I have actually already collabed with Primetime Aquatics. He's done a fish room tour of my house. I actually still need to do one of his house. But we are actually getting a table together. So Primetime Aquatics and I get a table together at the GCCA. So if you guys are planning on coming around the area, you won't only get to see me, but you also get to see Jason and Primetime Aquatics if you know who he is. So we kind of even collab on our table when we go to the swamp, which is cool. It's fun. It's a good time. The Shrimp Scene says, LRB Aquatics, if you could only have one type of endlers, which would you choose? Rainbow Tigers. Yeah, definitely. If I could only have one, I'd definitely have to choose the Rainbow Tiger, for sure. Definitely, without a doubt. What's the price? Let's see, scrolling. Chevy Fish says, I'll see you there again at the GCCA swap. Awesome, brother. Awesome. I mean, there's always so much good stuff there at the GCCA swap. Like, the biggest swap I've ever been to, and I hear it's like the biggest in the country, so there's a ton of stuff. It's awesome. I actually want to do a video. I try to get there early every time, but then people start talking to me. I always run out of time. But I am always trying to get a video of that place, and I want to do one that's actually edited instead of just live, because the quality of live streams not always the best there. Redfish, bluefish, have you ever kept any double longfin neon tetras? They're crazy rare to stumble across. So I have seen them available. They are beautiful, but I've never actually kept them. They're not very functionable for my fish room. There's a lot of fish I would love to keep that just is not functionable for my fish room. I mean, I've got collectoritis like crazy, and that's why this whole fish room got as big as it did, because of that. But I'm becoming more aware of it, so I'm trying to understand that more. What do you guys think of biotopes? I think biotopes are absolutely amazing and great to do. Fishiano Tanks, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that. LB Aquatics, ever seen or kept the Melanotania sexleniata fly river to Boo Bill? No, I haven't. I have not. I don't think I've ever seen the fly river version. That's kind of a new one to me. LRB Aquatics, are the half peaks around any fry? Kevin Anderson. They're actually in the garage right now, but I need to catch some because I want to get some into here and end up putting in there, because I figured it's really hard to catch fish once you put them in here. But the half beaks, they shouldn't be so bad. Maybe take out half that ratio, give them all that space, then they should breed out. I actually only plan on putting a pair in there. I've got a group that I bred out. And yes, Joel G, I do not use salt. I've never used salt. Now my GH booster has some salts in it, but I'm hardly using that anymore because a lot of my tanks are just getting the hard water anymore. Self-Fin Aquatics, do you have any tips for keeping plants healthy in a low and brackish tank? So I'd say lean towards plants that can handle that. I'm not really sure as far as which ones off the top of my head. I haven't messed with brackish much. Told you, try salt and raising your temperature for collectoritis, Lucas. That's hilarious. Now I read the actual statement. Scrolling. Oh, wow. You guys got me well over the hour mark here. Dank tanks, have you noticed any increase in population of shrimp with increase in light? It seems my highlight tanks way outproduce the ones without lower light. Really, dank tanks? That's interesting. That's really interesting. I don't know. I've never actually thought of that being a thing. Possibly. I mean, radiation, we do need some radiation. Like, the sun radiates radiation, and radiation's all around us. And radiation will help plants grow too. So, may help shrimp grow too. I don't know. But that's very interesting. That's actually why my compact fluorescent lights really always did well with my aquariums, is because of the radiation they would emit. They were like some of the best, those CFL lights. Bionic Chronic says, what kind of plants are you using in that tank? So this is just guppy grass floating around. There's some Luigia in there and some Vietnam Erios. It's a mess right now. But it's really functionable because these rainbow fish, they like to eat off of greens. So this is a stable source of greens for them throughout the day. Patrick Nedley, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Says fishocracy videos, exclamation marks. Are killies usually that bossy? I mean, they can be kind of bossy. They've got attitudes. They're like the chihuahuas of fish. But I'm glad you super chatted the fishocracy videos. Definitely makes me feel better about making them because they honestly have not been performing that well. But in the comments, I see all you guys just loving it. So I do plan on keeping doing it. Well, thank you for the support. I appreciate you, Patrick. All right, can you keep shrimp with rainbow fish? So no, it's pretty much impossible because these guys are always hungry. Always super duper hungry. But we'll go look at the bucktooth tetras, like I mentioned. I know it took a lot longer because we were way over the hour mark. So if we do go offline, I won't be going offline, or I won't be getting back on. So I hope you guys all have a great weekend. But let's go in here, see what happens with the internet. Oh man, the buckeye. Here they are in their little reeds. It's almost like kelp with this plant. They love the tetratropical granules too. Should have brought them some. Excuse me. Where did recommend rainbow fish that you didn't have? I don't understand that. Where did recommend rainbow fish that you didn't have, that you don't have? Oh man, I am thirsty. But there they are. There's the Exodon bucktooths. I don't know how the quality's coming out. Are we in Lego, Lucas, yet? They're always so playful. What's your thought on whiptail catfish? They're neat. You definitely need some branches and stuff for them because they love to lay on branches. Here's some shrimps. Perry Mar says, nope, coming in good. Candy Overhaul said Lego, Lucas. This is definitely gotta go to Lego, Lucas. It's pretty comfy. Oh, tanks on tanks on tanks. Upside down vision. Oh man, that doesn't work. That don't work. All right. Well, I hope you guys all have a great weekend. These guys got to get fed. I got videos to edit, one to shoot. But here's a sump for you. This is my sump. This is what I think of when I think of sumps. A little different. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Hopefully I helped somebody, or you guys may learn something, as always. But yes, peace, everybody. Have a great one.